Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Let's wait for 2-3 more minutes so that everyone can come. Ashurani, write down your roll number. Ashurani, unmute yourself. So good morning, everyone. So today we will discuss about your next topic of first unit, and that topic is related to your data mining definitions. So today we will discuss what are the data mining definitions, and we will discuss how these definitions are interrelated to each other and how they are different to each other. More or less, they all say about the data mining. But the thing before the definitions, I would like to tell you, if this question comes in your exam, write down the definitions of the data mining. You have to write down the exact definitions. Okay. You cannot create the definitions because the definitions are given by certain author. And whenever we have to quote the definition somewhere, we have to give the exact quote of the definitions. Okay. तो जैसे ही आपको डेफिनेशंस की डेफिनेशंस लिखी मिलेंगी, आपको वैसे ही लर्न करनी है और वैसे ही एग्जाम में लिखनी है. You can change the explanation of the definition in the different ways. Okay, you can write your own explanation of the definition, but statement is should be written as it is. Everyone got the point? Reply me in chat. You are getting it now, what I'm saying? Okay. Is the screen visible to everyone? Okay. So let's move to the first definition. The first definition is data mining or knowledge discovery in database, as it is also known, is a non-trivial extraction of implicit, previously unknown, potentially useful information of the data. This encompasses a number of technical approaches such as clustering, data summarization, classification, finding dependency network, analyzing changes, and detecting anomalies. So we'll discuss all these things one by one. Non-trivial patterns means which are not exactly appear with us. Suppose a database is stored to you and you cannot directly extract the data set, directly extract the information, then it is called a non-trivial extraction of implicit. Implicit means that is not explicitly available. Explicitly available, you are finding the exact information and that exact information is not there. That is called implicit. Previously unknown means that you are not aware of that information in a previous manner. And potentially useful information means that information, whatever you are extracting, should be of a use. If it not gives you any information, that it is of no use. And what are the technical approaches such as clustering? Clustering is a technique in which we form certain clusters. Okay, clusters means, suppose if I am taking the data set of your class and if I am aggregating the data on a certain basis, like I am aggregating the student, this 5 students lies in a below 50% range, then 10 students lie from 50 to 60% range, and 60% above range lie will only 5 students. So we have formed the 3 different clusters, which is below 50%, 50 to 60% marks, and above 60% marks. And this is called clustering, in which you are not previously unknown about the classes. Okay. Because why we make these clusters? Because most of the students lie into 50 to 60. So we make a closed cluster. The range is only 10% of the range. Suppose I make the classification and I have taken the value like 50 to 80, but only 10 students will lie. So we are making the big range, but the data which is lie in only 10% range. So in that situation, clustering is a suitable thing where you observe the data and then you make clusters based upon the data you have. Then we have the data summarization. Data summarization is the summing up of the data. Suppose the data is divided into certain parts and you are not able to take any decision, then you just club it and then take a decision. Suppose a magazine seller data is distributed in different cities and he is not able to take any decision. So what he do? He will do all the data from different cities, club it together, sum it together, and then will take the decision. Then one more method is the classification. The classification, as I have already told, in the classification, we have predefined classes. Predefined classes means now we have the classes like the date. Suppose the same class example I have taken. Now we have predefined classes like the students which have marks less than 60% and greater than 60%. So we have only 2 classes here. All the students which have secured the marks which is less than 60% will lie into the first class, and those who are securing more than 60% will lie into the second class. In the classification, the classes are previously known to you, but in the clustering, the classes are not known to us. Depending upon the ranges, we make the clusters. So this is a big difference between classification and clustering. That in classification, the classes are previously known, and in clustering, the classes are not known to you. Finding dependency network. Finding dependency means how the data is interlinked to each other. So whenever suppose an organization will always have a network, so you have to find a dependency network, how the data is related to each other and how it is sending the informations to one place to another place. Okay. Analyzing changes means, as I told, we have to apply the data mining techniques on the data warehouse. So we are collecting the data in a large duration, like 5 years, 6 years. So we can analyze the changes from year 1 to year 2, year 2 to year 3. These are analyzing the changes. Detecting anomalies means detecting the errors. Suppose you have all the data which is recorded into rupees, and suddenly a data is arise which is recorded into a dollar form. So this is a kind of anomaly. So we have to reduce this. For that purpose, what do you need to do? You have to take certain measures for it. Now we have to convert dollar into the rupees and we have to rectify that field. So this is called data anomalies. So looking at this definitions, what you need to find out, if suppose I have also previously given an example in which suppose age is stored, date of birth is stored, then you can calculate the age. That can be automatically calculated. But if you want to calculate the average age of the employee in a certain organization, then from the date of birth, you are not able to recognize it because it is not explicitly stored. Average age of the employees is not explicitly stored. So from date of birth, we first have to calculate the age of all employees. Then we have to apply certain methods to find out the average age of the employee. These are the implicit patterns which we have to identify. Now, if certain higher task is there, certain higher task means suppose if I am calculating the average age and average income of the individual of that employee. So this is a kind of correlation. What we are finding? We are finding the average age and we are finding the average income also. Okay. So there is a kind of a correlation between the employees data. We are finding out a correlation between the average age and average income. So suppose if I am finding the average age is 50, but the most of the employees of this particular industry is 50 years old and the average income is 60 years old or 60,000. So these all conclusion can be drawn by data mining techniques, applying the data mining techniques. Now move to the second definition. What the second definition is? Second definition is data mining is a search for the relationship and global patterns that exist in the large database but hidden among the vast amount of data, such as the relationship between the patient data and their medical diagnosis. This relationship represents valuable knowledge about the database and the object in the database if the database is faithful mirror of the real world registered by the database. So this is definition is particularly related with your real world applications. So all the data, as I told, it's always related to market analysis. We all perform the data mining techniques to gain some to gain some financial gains, economical gains. So for that purpose, by applying the data mining, we can find the global patterns. Global patterns means what you need to find? You need to find the data which is largely stored and you are considering a pattern from it. You are extracting the pattern from it. Like one example is given in the definition itself, the patient data and their medical diagnosis. Patient data means the name of the data, age of the data, previous history of the data, genetics of the data, and their medical diagnosis means if suppose a person who is diabetic now, okay, so he done some test and he has a sugar level which is quite rising in comparison to other. So by considering the patient data, like if in the previously in a patient family there are so many diabetic person, then there might be a possibility that this patient can be a diabetic patient in the future. So these kind of practices are usually done by the doctors. So they observe the data and after that they make the medical diagnosis for that. Apart from that, one more example can be taken. Suppose if I store information of the employees in a data and their lunch, sorry, the items which they have taken in the lunch, like some take salad, some takes pizza, some take something. So if the information ID is there, the lunch items of the lunch are there, then we can find out the age of the employees, matlab range of the employees and their lunch habits. Okay. So within how can we find out that suppose in the very young age, the people like you mostly prefer the fast foods, like you eat momos, pizzas. So we can find out like this is the patterns the students that belongs the employees that belongs to a particular age like 21 to 25, they like fast food more, and the employees those have age 50 plus, they mostly prefer salads and some less oily food, and the middle-aged employees like 25 to 50 age, they prefer the home cooked food. So in this manner, we can find out the global patterns which are hidden in the large databases. But by examining the data, we can find out these patterns. Okay. So move to the third definition. Move to the third definition. The third definition is data mining refers to using a variety of techniques to identify the nuggets of information or decision-making knowledge in the database and extracting these in such a way that they can be put in the use in the areas such as decision support, prediction, forecasting, and estimation. The data is often voluminous, but it was low value and no direct use can be made of it. It is hidden information in the data that is useful. So what does it mean by that? It means by that in most of the organization, they day-to-day produce the data. Day-to-day produce the data means suppose in particular industry is making a product. So it will store all the information like what is the production detail, what is the volume of the, what is the volume of that product, what is the quantity of that product, what is the color of that product. All the informations are stored in a day-to-day basis. But all these are information is not related to taking the decisions. Suppose I want to find out the purchase of that product in a particular area. So color information, volume of the product information, size of the product information doesn't matter to find out the purchase or the sale of the product in that area. Okay. So what we need to find out? We need to find out the delivery dates of the data. We need to find out the total quantity sold in a particular area. Like these kind of information can be useful. So in a day-to-day life, our enterprise stored hundreds of the values. Okay, hundreds and thousands of the values, but only 20 and 30% of those columns are useful to take decisions. So we have to say in this definition, they want to say only identify the nuggets of them, but you have to only find those potential 30% of the data which is useful to take the decisions. Okay, rest 80% or 70% of the data is useful. We just stored it because we have to store the data related information, but that might be possible they can be used for another decision making. Okay. So for a particular decision making, only 20 to 30% of the potential data is useful. Rest of the data is not useful at all. The fourth definition is discovering relations that connect the variables in the database in a subject of the data mining. The data mining system self-learns from the previous history of the investigated system, formulating and testing hypotheses about the rules which system obeys. When concise the valuable knowledge about the system of interest is discovered, it can and should be interpreted into some decision support which helps the manager to make wise and informed business decisions. So in this particular definitions, they are saying the data mining systems are the self-learned system. Self-learned system means those who are learning from the previous history. Previous history means what happened in the previous year that will continue to happen in the future years. So for that purpose, we have used three techniques. The first one is the statistical techniques. The statistical techniques are the theory-rich techniques. Okay. Then the machine learning techniques. Machine learning techniques are content-rich techniques in which the theory is less, but the content should be high. If you have the more data, then the machine learning algorithm will be more appropriate. And if you have the less data, then you have to apply the statistical technique because they are theory-rich. If you have the minimum data, then by using the statistical technique, you can identify the most useful data. So depending upon the previous history of that data mining, or suppose a manager is want to take a decision like what should be our investment in this sector now. So obviously what he do, he will take the data from previous months or the previous years, and he will find out the investment is beneficial or not. If the investment is beneficial, he will definitely invest into the future in a particular range. So in a such a manner, the previous history is very useful to take the further decisions. So this is the fifth and the last definition of data mining. The data mining is a process of discovering meaningful new correlation patterns and trends by shifting through large data stored in our repositories using the pattern recognition techniques as well as statistical and mathematical techniques. So this is, you can say this definition is a combination of all the four definitions, in which they say discover the meaningful and new correlation patterns and trends by using all the techniques. Either it is pattern recognition techniques, machine learning, statistical, mathematical, any techniques can be applied. And what we need to identify? We need to identify certain trends, shifts, correlations, all these things. So these are all about your data mining definitions. This topic is taken by the book from Arun K. Pujari, Data Mining by Arun K. Pujari. I will give you these slides as well as the PDF of this particular topic so that you can learn. Now I'm unmuting you. Is there any problem up till now? Anyone unmute yourself and reply me?
No, ma'am.
So this is a very interesting subject actually. So whatever technique you have learned in these subjects, this is all introduction part. But when you go through the techniques, you can apply those techniques in your MCA projects as well. Whenever you do the projects, you can apply clustering, classification, and all these things can be used for your projects as well. Okay, so that's all with today's lecture. If you have any query, you can ask. Otherwise, I will close the meeting. Anyone, is there any problem?
No, ma'am.
No.
Okay, it's okay. So we have tomorrow, on Saturday, we have one more class that is at 9 a.m. We'll meet tomorrow, okay?
Okay, ma'am.